Every day, usually in the morning, sometime between 5 a.m. and 11 a.m., we release our Central Indiana Scoreboard show. It's kind of sort of similar to the ESPN Radio Sports Center, but we focus on the Pacers, Colts, Fever, IndyCar, IU, Purdue, Ball State, Butler, and of course, we have the best high school sports coverage in Central Indiana. Please join us every single day for the Central Indiana Scoreboard show. What you are listening to now is the Central Indiana Sports Reports podcast number 287.2, our boys track and field state finals preview with all of the top seeds in every event and all of the local participants in Friday's finals.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Welcome, track and field fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Reports Boys Track and Field State Finals preview. We're going to go through every single event, give you the top three seeds in each event, plus all of our local Central Indiana participants and their seeds in each event. We usually go and start with the 100 and work our way through the 3200, then the hurdles, then the relays, then the field events. This time instead, we're going to go in the order of as the events are being held. Yeah, a little different. Of course, the top two finishers in last year's state finals were local teams, both from Hamilton County. Fishers won the state championship with 60 points, 6 points ahead of Hamilton Southeastern. Carmel was fifth. Just looking through last year's results to see how everyone did locally. Hamilton Heights finished 23rd. Of course, they had a state champion. Mount Vernon was 30th. I think we're going to have a lot better team results this year. And we start with the discus, which is usually Producer Susie, the last event that we do. But today it's the first event because it begins at 3 o'clock. And the top seed is Donovan Arnold, a Concord junior who went over 190 feet in his regional. Second seed is Avon's Caleb Rashid. And then the third seed is Cherubusco Jr. Weston Ott. Locally, Ozzie Pollard from Carmel, the Jeff Regional Champion, is the sixth seed. Fisher Senior Jeff Hutton is seventh. Emmanuel Taylor, a Muncie Central Senior, was the Carroll Regional Champion. He's the ninth seed. Carmel Senior Theo Thurman is the 10th seed. And Kokomo Senior Jedediah Beard, Westfield Junior Job Maverick, Madison Grant Jr. Rosen White, and Greenfield Central's Von Quigley will also participate in the discus. The top seed in the long jump is Merrillville Senior Jalen Ramsey, who went 24 feet, 2.5 inches at the regional. By the way, the long jump also starts at 3 o'clock, and that's the one where the seeding probably matters the least. Long jump's the event that is most, whoever shows up that day is going to be your winners. The number 2 seed is Floyd Central Senior Bryce Kernan, and then Heritage Christian's Nick Dearman is the 3 seed locally. Sebastian Sprague from Mount Vernon is the 11th seed. Yorktown Senior Ephraim Doherty is the 13th seed. Then it's funny, the 25 and 26 seeds didn't have very good regionals. They will be two of the state championship contenders. Kokomo's Jeremiah Young finished 12th in the state last year. His best leap is 23.5, which ranks 4th in the state. Again, he underperformed at regional, as did John Anthony Hall from Fishers, who was the state runner-up last year. He's the 26th seed. He is a football and basketball star and a future football star at Stanford University. Also starting at 3 o'clock is the pole vault, and the top seed there is Crown Point sophomore Isaac Roman, who should win the state championship. He cleared 16.9 in the regional. Merrillville junior DeMarco Easter cleared 16.3, and Bloomington South Arthur Banks 15.3. They were the only three over 15 feet in the regional. Tipton senior Caleb Farr, New Pal senior Quinn Qualmer, and Frankfort sophomore Owen Hudspeth, who was the Jeff Regional Champion, all cleared 14.6 last week and are the co-8 seeds. Hamilton Southeastern's Evan Senefield is the 18th seed. Tied for 23rd after clearing 14 feet last year is Westfield's Alex Wilson, Mount Vernon Sawyer Ruminer, and Oak Hill sophomore Kyle Brower. Madison Grant Jr. William Ewer is the 29th seed. The high jump begins at 3:30, and the number 1 seed, Jordan Randall of Warsaw, cleared 7 feet 1 inches in the regional. Unbelievable. He was third in the state last year behind a couple of seniors. Chesterton senior Nolan Johnson cleared 6'11 last week, and he's the second seed. The co-third seeds are Batesville senior and future Marion Knight Aiden Eckstein, who was sixth in the state last year, and Noah Hall of Owen Valley. He is a junior. Fisher's junior Conrad Hayden, Greenfield's Bradley Streveler, Carroll senior Eli Falkenberg, they all cleared 6'6 last week, so they're the co-9 seeds, and if they perform well, could be all-state. Same with Easton Foster, a Monroe Central senior. He only went 6'5 last week, but he has cleared 6'7 a few times this season, so he has a good chance of being all-state as well. The shot put is at 3:30, and Weston Ott of Cherubusco, who is the 3 seed in the discus, is the top seed in the shot put with a heave of 63.3 in last week's regional. Adam Comfort of Merrillville is the 2 seed, and the number 3 seed is Austin Graves of Avon, who was the Plainfield regional champion. Also competing locally, Kokomo's Jeff regional champion Jedediah Beard, who has an excellent shot of being all-state, finishing in the top 9, as does Eastern's Andrew Cavazos. Also in the field, Hamilton Heights Will Duncan and Yorktown senior Ephraim Eller. The first running event of the day will be at 4:15, and that, of course, is the 4x8 relay. Center Grove is the number 1 seed and 7:45.46, more than 2 full seconds ahead of 2 seed Bloomington North and 3 seed Columbus North. Westfield is the 8th seed, Mount Vernon is 10th, Noblesville 13th, Fishers 14th, Hamilton Southeastern 19th, Marion 21st, and Wabash 26th. The 110 high hurdle trials are at 5:15 with the finals at 6:15, and the top seed is Franklin Central junior Ryan Hange, who is the top seed in both hurdles events. He went 13.57 at the regional. Number 2 seed is Lawrence Central junior Evan Williams, and the 3rd seed is Chesterton senior Kieran Boswell, who was 3rd in the state last year and is heading to Indiana State to compete next year. Marcus Bright of Delta is the Carroll regional champion. He's the 9th seed. Also participating locally, Hamilton Southeastern Sam Long, Westfield's Logan Tuck, Manchester junior Carson Heath, who was the Goshen regional champion, and Rochester's Harrison Dunwoody. The 100-meter dash trials start at 5 with the finals at 6:25 to determine the fastest guy in Central Indiana. And the top seed is Lawrence North senior Jerome Smith, followed by Greenwood's Rel Riley, who finished 4th last year, and Cathedral senior Devon Slaughter. Locally, we have lots of contenders, at least to get into the final heat. The 6th seed is Noblesville junior Angel Wilson, who won the Jeff Regional Championship just ahead of Carmel junior Isaac Nelson. Oak Hill sophomore Jalen Scott was the Carroll regional champion. He's the 9 seed, and he was just ahead of Colson Kugler of Wabash, who finished 19th in the 100-meter dash last year. Also competing locally with excellent chances of getting into the final, Mount Vernon senior Sebastian Sprague, Yorktown senior Daniel Davis, Mechaniqua senior A.J. Kelly, Westfield junior Cato June, a name that probably is familiar to Colts fans. Eastbrook junior Damian Blevins is the 26th seed, and Delta junior Gray Backus is the 29th seed. The 1,600-meter run begins at 6:35, and the top seed is Westview junior Noah Bontrager. He ran at 4:05.04 last week, 5 seconds faster than anybody else. The 2 seed is Baylor Miller of Northridge, followed by Elkhart's Maxwell Mallory. Mount Vernon senior Ahmad Saleh, who was the Lawrence North regional champion, will without question be in the mix for the state championship here. He was 9th last year. Noblesville sophomore Banner Barnes, a Jeff regional champion, is the 11th seed, followed by his teammate and senior Jack Strong. Then Zionsville's Jack Turnbull and Yorktown sophomore Wyatt Turner will also run in the 1,600 meters. It'll be the 4x100 meter relay at 6:45, And Lawrence North is the top seed, followed by Brownsburg and Franklin Central. Westfield is a contender in this one as well. They're the 6th seed. Also locally, Fishers is the 21st seed, and Eastbrook is the 28th seed at 42.94. Amazing. 28 relay teams are under 43 seconds. This is one of the best fields I've seen in a long time, producer Susie.
Yeah.
Deem Holt of North Central is the top seed in the 400, which will begin at 7:05. Holt was 3rd in the state last year. The top 2 were seniors. He did the 346.89 at the regional. Chittard senior Kalen Sargent and Tri-West's Brock DeBello are the 2 and 3 seeds, followed by 4 seed Sebastian Sprague of Mount Vernon, who is a definite state championship contender in this event. Hamilton Southeastern senior Christian Ortiz was the Jeff Regional Champion and finished 5th in the event last year. No doubt he's going to outperform his 11 seed. Also in the field is Garin senior Hayden Klur and Fisher's freshman Rocky Duplessis. Hange is also the top seed in the 300 hurdles, which will start at 7:20. Chittard Jr. Phoenix Boyers, the 2nd seed, followed by Andrean senior James Finley. Locally competing in the 300 hurdles is Manchester's Eli Metzger and Hamilton Southeastern Sam Long. The 800 is at 7:45, and Bloomington North Junior Caleb Winders is the top seed after he finished 2nd to Martinsville's Martin Barco last year. So Winders is a pretty big favorite here, although Columbus North Junior Jace Works and Homestead sophomore Jace Trevino are awfully good. They are the 2 and 3 seeds. And the 4th seed is Mount Vernon Junior Caden Casada, who was the Lawrence Central Regional Champion and was 10th last year in the state finals. Also in the event locally, Noblesville's Banner Barnes. It'll be his 2nd event of the day. Wapahani senior Caleb Aper, Noblesville senior Braden Livingston, Zionsville senior John Bailey, who won the Plainfield Regional Championship, Noblesville freshman Isaiah Vos, and Westfield senior Will Snedeker. Lots of Hamilton County guys in that one. And my favorite track and field event, the 200 meters. The trials are at 5:45, the finals at 8:05. And the top seed is North Central senior Antonio Smith. He went 21.34 last week. And the 2nd seed is Avon senior Marcus Townsend, the Plainfield Regional Champion, who was 4th last year. That is going to be one heck of a race. Also, a serious contender is Lawrence North senior Jerome Smith. Locally, all state contenders will be Wabash Junior Colson Kugler, who is the 6th seed and won the Carroll Regional last week, New Pal senior Eli Wasson, Noblesville Junior Angel Wilson, Mechaniqua senior AJ Kelly, Garin Jr. James Moody, Damian Blevins, a junior from Eastbrook, and Daniel Davis, a senior from Yorktown. Cross country state champion Sam Quagliori of Fishers is the top seed in the 3200, which begins at 8:15. He'll be challenged by Westview junior Noah Bontrager and Warsaw senior Jackson Gackenheimer, who are the 2nd and 3rd seeds. The 4th seed is Noblesville junior John Libbs, who should contend as well. Also locally in the 3200 are Noblesville Junior John Libbs, Hamilton Southeastern Junior Liam Powers, and Carmel's Liam Bartlett. They should also, all 3, be serious all-state contenders, as should be Clinton Prairie Junior Hayden Kemple, who was 23rd last year. Also in the field locally, Western's Camden Robb is the 15th seed. Ahmad Saleh is the 25th seed. He, of course, is from Mount Vernon. And Pendleton Heights Jr. Benson Davis is the 26th seed. And the final event of the night, which often determines the team state champion, is the 1600 relay. That begins at 8:30. And Chittard, North Central, and Franklin Central are the top 3 seeds. Chittard and North Central seem to be in a league of their own. The 8th seed is Mount Vernon. The 14th seed is Hamilton Southeastern. 15th is Westfield. And 24th is Garin Catholic. Good luck to all of our athletes and teams at the state finals. Go win some state championships. Thank you so much for listening. If you're willing to help spread the word about the Central Indiana Sports Report, we would be happy to accept your help. Please tell your friends and family. Basically, just share this podcast. Put it in a text, whatever. Retweet it, Facebook it. Make sure everybody in your life knows about the Central Indiana Sports Report. Also, as producer Susie has pointed out, share it with your enemies and your strangers, right?
Yeah.
If you see a stranger on the street and they're wearing a Pacer shirt or a Colts shirt, you can see they're a sports fan. What do
You say, hey, let me make your day and introduce you to this podcast.
It's
This
pretty
is
awesome.
Indiana Sports Report.
It's pretty good. Maybe
Pretty
something
good.
like that.
Pretty good.
You over there across the street with the Pacer shirt on.
The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media.
And I love Susie.